Hey guys, what's up? It's me, Poppin, bringing you guys another video. This time it's about the Wuhan virus. I think it's a touchy subject, you know. You can just do whatever you want. You cannot say whatever you want. But I do know that people were saying that before. And I remember, I knew that. I keep mentioning in my videos in 4chan. They were talking about this. They were talking about this in December, as if supposedly they created a virus to kill as many of the old people there because there's just too many, you know. But it was kind of weird that the fact that I mentioned that, people were like, well, what do you know? But then when Trump mentioned it, they were like, what? That's racist. I'm like, what do you mean that's racist? That's a possibility. No, don't block the country. That's racist. I'm like, you want the virus to come and kill you, or you want to be say Trump is racist and you're still freaking alive? I wanted them to just close the border, but no, let the virus come in. Happy birthday. My island actually blocked the way because they're like, no, we don't even trust you, right? But the thing is, you could not even mention the fact that it came from our lab. It was kind of weird. And now that Trump is right, many things that he said, the wall, don't build the wall. Oh shit, build the wall. We're gonna remove the red tape because the vaccines are gonna take too long to be built. No, we don't want the vaccine. Trump is going, we want the vaccine. Thank you. With our good effort. No, Biden, you didn't do anything. He removed the red tapes. Normally it takes 4 years almost, but no, they remove. There you go. Take your shot. Pick. And now we have this. Oh my God, Wuhan. And now they found out that the place that they need to investigate, they could not even go there. And it's now everywhere. Everybody is talking. You can find everything now on the internet because Trump already lost. I'm surprised that he knew something that we did not know, or he could verify it, but everybody was like, we're not gonna let you win with this. We're gonna keep calling you a racist because if you win, you will win the public opinion. So we're gonna make you lose. And now suddenly, 1 year after that, he was right? Do you know how bad it makes you look when somebody lost when he was right?
And it's not just China. And this is the theory about the thing about the lab leak and why I actually want to deculture. You had Josh Rogan on, and he did an excellent job.
Really good job.
That guy's amazing.
What he expertly shows is if this is true, the lab leak hypothesis is true. Yes, the Chinese covered it up. Guess what? The Chinese are liars, and they covered up SARS, and they've covered up basically everything that's come out of their country for the last 30 years. The shocker is Dr. Anthony Fauci, 2017, reverses the ban on gain-of-function research, directs this funding to EcoHealth Alliance, Dr. Peter Dazzak, who then gives it to the Wuhan Institute of Virology for the study of novel bat coronaviruses.
So to be specific, ladies and gentlemen, what they are doing is what we see in movies. They take a virus, it cannot infect you, but they're like, what if it could infect you? Maybe we need to prepare and do some testing, right? So they mutate it to make it gangster to see how it works and accidentally leak it. So instead of giving us time to prepare for that freaking thing, they accidentally leak it. And now we actually fight the situation that you were trying to prevent in your freaking dream.
And then when the pandemic turns around, we take Dr. Peter Dazzak as the only American to join the World Health Organization's investigation team into whether coronavirus leaked from a lab. And on 60 Minutes, I forget who was interviewing him. She goes, well, wait, so how did you verify it? Did you just ask them? And he goes, well, what else can we do? Because he's also half British. Oh, we could read emails. We could also see that Peter Dazzak, as of 2 days ago, has been caught lying. He said there were no live bats inside of the Wuhan Institute of Virology. Sky News Australia just revealed 2017 video that bats were present inside the Wuhan Institute of Virology, and the deputy director...
Shout out to Sky News Australia. Go there. They have the best news about all the situation, super unfiltered, not like the Democrat left-leaning Facebook and all those stuff. Nah man, don't trust those people. I don't even care if they're left or right. Bring me the right information and let me have my own opinion. Nobody knows this for some reason, because they only watch the left-leaning media. They don't talk about this.
Director says, before this, China had no experience in BSL-4 laboratory. That's the highest level safety for a laboratory. But we have been here, and I don't forget, I don't want to misquote him, but he said something along the lines of creating new viruses, synthesizing new viruses. And what Fauci and Dr. Shi, who was the head of the Wuhan Institute of Virology, Fauci and Rand Paul, when Rand Paul was pressing him, he was like, we did not fund gain-of-function research. He's trying to define it as explicitly what is on the record as him funding. Dr. Shi is the same thing. We were not doing gain-of-function research.
So, let's say, for example, I know my brother buys drug, right? I give him money that he can then go buy the drug. But I tell him I didn't give him money to buy the drug. But sadly, it might be possible he bought the drug. And once I found out that my brother was taking the drug and he came home with it and it kind of gave it to my father, I was contact everybody like, yo, did my brother buy drug and he accidentally left it at home and my father is back on his addiction? Once Fauci knew it was happening, he sent an email to tell everybody we need to check this out. That was in February to confirm if this is happening. So he knew there might be a possibility, but he was denying for a whole year. And now that Trump is gone, suddenly everything is okay. And it's like, yep, I didn't exactly do that. I didn't know that. We didn't do it. If we want to do something about these viruses, we don't do it in USA. That's why we go to China to do those stuff. Well, you kind of know the procedures, right?
We were not doing gain-of-function research because what we were doing wasn't making it more virulent or dangerous. It was seeing if it could jump from species to species.
That is such a stupid thing. We were not trying to make it worse, but we wanted to see if we can make it jump from one species to another. Are you freaking kidding me? Even if it's a dumb disease, I don't want any weird disease that has been in a bag transferable to me. I mean, people.
Isn't that like the definition of making it more dangerous for us? Seeing if you can make it jump into our species? Like, that seems like that's pretty dangerous. So they're trying to play these games saying it's not technically gain-of-function
How does
research.
Fauci get away with standing there under oath and saying...
Media.
Right, Fauci was put up as like the anti-Trump guy, and he became this liberal icon. I mean, there are these signs in Washington, D.C. of people's yards. I don't know if you have them here, but it's literally his face on a sign and like, thank you, Dr. Fauci. No one is above reproach. Every human being is flawed, and especially when you're in that kind of position of power and you have certain incentives, like you have to ask questions about these things. But there was another element too. And this was, frankly, an ingenious play by the media and the scientific community is not only was it, oh, Trump and his band of wackos are the ones that are promoting this theory, but also that this theory is somehow racist. Mm-hmm. And the moment that the lab leak theory was pegged as racist, that's when it really became toxic for anyone in the mainstream to ask questions about, because you don't want to be pegged as like, oh, well, you're just pursuing this racist conspiracy theory.
Yeah, and that's how I got my strike on YouTube. Thank you, YouTube. It has been fun. And now I can talk about it because Trump is gone.
And my thought has always been from the beginning, like, first of all, we just need the answer, like, neutrally to look at what actually happened here.
It's the scientific community teamed up with well, basically, they got the luckiest fucking break of their lives that Trump was president. Because they teamed up with the media, and they made it so that it was racist to question. Even recently, the lead New York Times reporter on COVID tweeted and then deleted, are we ever going, well, someday we will acknowledge the racist origins of the lab leak theory. New York Times reporter.
Yeah, I saw that.
Who was in charge of COVID.
Right.
This is still in their brains. They have brainworms because of Trump. And I was telling Crystal, because of Trump, 35% of this population, you could have smoking gun proof that lab leak theory was true. 35% of the population, hardcore Democrats who watch MSNBC, they'll never believe it. They'll always say that it's racist. And here's the problem, which this is the same problem with all Trump stuff. We should be having a national conversation around gain-of-function research. We should have a Wuhan commission around gain-of-function research. Instead, they want to do a January 6th commission in order to reconstruct the events of a day where we all fucking know what happened, okay? It's over. We know. I'm not saying it wasn't terrible, but that is not what the driving conversation... What is it? It's June 15th. Why are we still talking about January 6th? We should be talking right now. Did U.S. government funds explicitly directed towards novel coronavirus research, which led to the worst pandemic in a century and cost the global economy trillions of dollars? And as Josh is the first one to point out, the response from the scientific community has been we need more gain-of-function research, $1.2 billion to the Global Virome Project. And so once again, the scientific community wanted all of this covered up. They teamed up with the media to protect their funding resources.
Nah, man. No. You're gonna keep telling me they're gonna release more? Why don't you release then the Black Death, right? Kill everybody then. Make only the strong people survive. Why? It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. People need to stop trying to play God. I don't know why people want to try to create a movie out of my life. I don't want to be an actor. I don't want to be a support character. I don't want to be in the movie.
Because what people forget, Fauci is actually the king of funding. The National Institute of Infectious Disease, I believe that's NIAID, that's what he's in charge of. They are the primary funding authority for huge amounts of the scientific community. We had Dr. Brett Weinstein on our show, and he was explaining this to us, which is that if you're inside of that research system, you need access to those dollars to keep your lab afloat. Like, my dad is a professor at Texas A&M, and so I know a little bit about funding and like the way that you keep your tenure positions in a lot of these universities is you have to like continually bring funding in. So both my parents are professors there, and so like a lot of the professorial game is getting money from granting institutions. In the science community, it's from the National Science Foundation, it's from the National Institute, or whatever. Fauci is the head of the National Institute of Health. They have to keep the dollars flowing. So if you admit this is gain of function research, you start asking questions, NIH and Fauci can fucking cut you off. Like, this is a whole business. It's a multi-billion-dollar, I mean, it's an industry because it's about research. And look, the core theme of our show is like, follow the money, right? So follow the money. Where's the money lead? At least Fauci, Peter Dazzak, and it's like, look, I don't want to sound crazy, but this is basically like a global conspiracy in terms of the Chinese government. It's a total cover-up of the Chinese government, the U.S. government, the guy who was on the fucking TV, and we were all supposed to trust this entire time. And it turns out like he's the guy who reversed the ban in the first place in order to take advantage of the chaos under Trump. And I know it's so complicated, and regular people, this is what bothers me most about the mainstream media. People want to live their lives and they want answers. And increasingly, they know they are being lied to, but they do not have the time because it's our job in order to...
Well, I knew it. I did my own research. I knew all about his stuff. I mean, the only thing that I did not know that he was so bossy about the whole funding stuff. I didn't know that he had the power. I do know about the ban that he lifted. I will try to create a video about one thing that Sky News, they actually documented it super well. I think you guys catch my drift that like people are kind of surprised about this whole situation, and I'm like, dude, I already know this. I already knew this. Do whatever you have to do to make people happy. Do your research and do it the best way you can. But the moment you're trying to create something more dangerous than it's supposed to, I have a problem with it. And you know what's even worse? Fauci literally said it's not documented in the way that, oh, I just heard it. No, it's on paper. All the news said, he said it. It's worth the risk to do something like that. Why? Why is it worth the risk to protect me from a virus that might come, but it has to do a bunch of stuff? Why do we send you so many millions of dollars and you cannot create a safe base that if you go to that lab, you have to live at that lab for 1 year also until 100% sure you're not vaccinated or something like that. You know, it doesn't make any sense. We send you a lot of money, create a hotel Wuhan for lab Wuhan, something. I don't know, man. Stop infecting me, especially if this virus keeps coming from your own freaking country. Even if you kill somebody, even if somebody lose their business, you are responsible for that. You destroyed my business. I wonder if they're going to create new insurance. Well, insurance in case China sends another virus, you know? I don't know. Help me make this sense. Anyway, interesting video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I don't know, man. I'm done with the whole situation. I just want to live my life in peace without a mask. Hopefully in June 26th, they're gonna lift the ban of to put the mask in Spain, which I'm super happy, unless you're in public places. But if we're just gonna go for a walk, we don't have to wear the mask unless we go in the movie theater or something like that, you know? I'm very happy about it. I'm very happy about that. Anyway, like, share, bada bing, bada boom. See you guys next time.
Don't get me wrong, ma cosa kita bong. Put a fire na mi blonde, kush hash, purple skunk, criollo, colombici, jam, jam, turloqueta, verdetta, welcome.